Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog. Today I am gonna try to do some packing for this weekend because me and BB are going to another endurance ride. I'm just gonna be doing the 12 mile again with her like I did last time. Because I really haven't even ridden her since, I haven't ridden her since the last one, just because she still does need to put a little bit of weight on, and I don't want to like override her. But at the last ride we did the 12 mile and she came back in and she literally won the race because she pulsed down so fast, and the vet was like, you have a really good horse, because she like her heart rate's not even like anything. So obviously it wasn't like overworking her with it, so I feel comfortable enough to ride her for that, but I'm probably just gonna do one ride. I don't want to do both, and honestly I would take a different horse, but BB is the only one that I got Coggins on this year, and the event does require a Coggins for each horse that you bring, so I can't even bring anyone else if I wanted to. But yeah, I'm out here doing chores this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and feed everyone and then talk to you after that. I do need to run some errands today as well because BB is almost out of grain. This is the grain that she's on now, the ProForce Fuel. This is what I gave Grace to put weight on Grace, and it did a really, really good job. It's 13, 13, 10. And 13% fat is like the highest amount of fat that I found in any feeds. So I'm giving her that, and she's getting like a full scoop, which is like 3 pounds ish in the morning and at night. And I also got all of the old hay fed out. So all of my old grass hay from my dad's, I've completely fed it out. So I'm feeding straight alfalfa hay now. And she's super picky, I've noticed, and leaves like half of it. So yeah, I've been like scrounging up all the stuff she doesn't eat and feeding it to like the goats or to Hazel. So that's what she's getting. Everyone else gets this. This is Purina's newer feed. Actually, I talked about this in the video I did talking about the free feed trial, and that reminds me, I think the rep is going to be in town today because I need more of it. Yeah, everyone else gets that, and just gets like 1 pound a day. Well, Dolly gets like a little bit less than a pound because she really doesn't need any additional supplements, and I give Oakley a little bit more than a pound. And I honestly really do feel like Oakley has put on a little bit of weight. I know some of you guys expressed concern about that in my last video about her still not gaining weight. I really do think she has put on some because she is a little bit less ribby than she was. But and I'm hoping this straight alfalfa hay will help as well, as long as I keep feeding it. So if, like, honestly, with BB and with Oakley, if this straight alfalfa hay doesn't like do anything, if I don't notice any different, then I will get them both vet checked and see if maybe BB needs her teeth done. But BB doesn't like drop any food when she's eating, and she eats all day long in the yard and everything. So I've probably, if I go to the store to get more grain today, I'm also going to grab a couple more dewormers, and I'm just going to deworm them both again. I have dewormed them both twice, but I'll do it again just to keep rolling that out. But yeah, like I said, if the straight alfalfa like doesn't give me any results, I'll probably just do vet checks on them both and like get some blood work done to see if like maybe there's some sort of nutrient that they're missing or vitamin that they're missing, and go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna feed them now because they're probably annoyed. Yeah, so here's what she looks like now. I definitely think she, since I put her on this grain, has is not as ribby as she was. So I definitely think it is working, like she is gaining, but she needs to like build her top line back out. So limited exercise to help build up that muscle again, but yeah, just a high protein diet for her. Dolly yesterday gave herself a nice rope burn on the back of her ankle. I rode her yesterday. I actually showed her to somebody because like I said in her last training video, she is available now. So I rode her yesterday for a friend of mine that was interested in her. And so I tied her out in the yard like these guys. Luna's cleaning out the wheelbarrow. So that she could eat some grass and stuff, because she's usually fine in the yard. She can stand out there and eat grass, but came out and she must have gotten herself wrapped up a little bit there because she gave herself a nice burn. Looks like it's healing fine. It's not bloody anymore, so I'm just gonna keep spraying that. She's just favoring it a little bit. I'm sure it's tender, but is that just the best hay you've ever had, Luna? Has to stop eating the grass to clean up. It's kind of funny. But Oakley is clearly loving this hay, because every morning I come out and she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She even like wasn't even interested in her grain the other day when I came out and gave them hay. She like ate a couple bites of the grain, but then was like, nah, I'll just go eat my hay. And then, yeah, so that was kind of funny. So yeah, everybody's out eating breakfast. Sugar's out there, and yeah, so I'm gonna pack today, and then I need to do some errands, feed, and I need to stop at the bank too. I'm trying to think what else, if there's anything else. I don't think so. One other thing about Oakley getting a vet check done, because a couple of you were concerned in her training video about she should get a vet check done. Absolutely, totally agree with that. Sugar, I don't know if you guys can see that. Never fails. Sugar is gonna roll in the yard. Every day when I put her out, she's gotta roll in the yard. Oh Lord, please don't be tangled. Okay, she's gonna get herself tangled. I'll be back. Okay, we're good. The nice thing about Sugar is that she's been tied out in the yard like her whole life, so usually she can get herself unstuck. But anyways, yeah, so Oakley, definitely want to get a vet check done on her in general, but to do that, I need to get her used to being handled by people and getting her used to me touching her everywhere. And she's actually done, I've worked with her 2 other times since uploading that video, and she's done great. I just left her in her bin and done the clicker work again, where I brush her and I touch her legs and I pat her and she stands there, I click her and give her a treat, and she's done totally fine. She hasn't tried to kick at me again, and she's letting me brush her spine without a problem. So I think it's just getting back into the regular being touched and me being in her space all over her body. So once she is very comfortable with me touching her, being tied out and me brushing her, I will absolutely get a vet check done on her. But I would love to like get shots and stuff done on her. I have no idea how she's gonna handle shots. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. I don't want her to be afraid of vets. I don't want it to be a traumatic experience for her. So we're just gonna have to see. If you guys have any ideas on like how I can prepare her for that, would be great, because like she's already like, you know, very, very green, not used to being handled, definitely not used to strangers. So I don't want to just ruin that experience for her. But yeah, so I definitely want to do that. Like, I'm not putting it off or anything, but I want to make sure I set her up and prepare her for it properly, so that I don't traumatize her, basically. So yeah, there's that. All right, guys, I am gonna go run my errands quick. Trying to think if I need anything else. But we're gonna go to the bank and the feed store, so I'll take you guys along with me. So I went to the feed store and they were out of my feed, so I had to drive to the next feed store, which is like a 15-minute drive, but I got a bag of feed and I got some dewormer. Dewormer is like $10 a tube now for like the cheapest one. Kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the feed room and then go inside and then come back out, and we'll probably start packing the trailer. Probably gonna take my big trailer this time, and I really honestly haven't decided if I want to take 2 horses. So I want to take BB obviously just for the race portion, but after that, if we do any trail riding or if they need help like taking down the trail markers or anything, it'd be nice to take a different horse so I can ride that horse, but I don't know. I'm not super convinced yet. I only reserved 1 stall, and BB and Sugar could definitely share a stall and they would be fine together. I'm not sure about BB and Luna because I would rather take Luna because Luna needs ridden more. But Luna is the boss and I don't want her to beat up BB in a stall. So I don't know. I don't know if that would work or not. But if BB's her only friend there, she would probably be nice to her. I don't know. I'll think about it. All right, so far I've got all my tack packed. In here I have 4 servings worth of grain for the weekend. That is gonna be our water tub. So I have that, and then inside of it, we obviously have a saddle pad, hay net. I've got in here her sport boots and her Cavalieri bell boots. I've got her hoof boots just in case I were to need them. Saddlebags. I know there's a pouch of electrolytes down there somewhere. Her bridle. Still has her Cavalieri curb chain cover on it that she has really responded well to. So I'm going to leave my Cavalieri code down below in the description box if you guys want to check out either that or the bell boots. I've really liked the bell boots too. Have an extra hay net in here. This one is not a slow feed like the other one is. Brushes, saddle, obviously, shims, helmet, scoop. I totally forgot to get a bag of shavings at the feed store, so that kind of sucks, but I can't really pack any of like my actual camping gear and stuff until my boyfriend gets home with his truck, because I'm going to be using his truck because mine is still out of commission. And hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that I will have my truck back in commission by fall, because I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but there's bands showing on the tire. So tires are not cheap, especially light truck tires. They're not cheap. They're like $200 per tire. So and I want to go down a size because the tires that are on my truck are just too big. I can show you them. They're like too big for the truck, so I need to get 4 new tires. So it's not like I can just buy 1 new tire, but they're very oversized for my truck. And they're very wide, so like the traction is horrible. Not to mention they're almost bald, like they just need to be replaced. But even on the grass, like dry grass, my truck will like spin out and stuff. So need to get all new tires, hopefully by fall before winter, because it is now my only 4-wheel drive vehicle. So cross my fingers that happens. But yeah, so I have to use my boyfriend's truck, so I will pack like my camping tote and tent and everything when he gets home. Right now I'm just gonna go pack my actual duffel bag. And just a little hack for you guys, if any of you guys camp, like old school tent camp like myself, I do have little battery packs for like charging my phone and stuff that I always take with me, but My boyfriend had one of these and I've used it pretty much ever since. It's one of these little adapters that has 2 USB ports and it goes onto a DeWalt battery. So I don't know if you guys use or have any DeWalt tools, but if you do, there is this attachment and this will charge my phone. I have never had it like kill the battery, so I think it will charge your phone for like 50 times if you wanted it to. So that is usually what I take, and then I also take my other battery packs just in case, but I'm gonna pop this on the charger so that it's charged when I leave. Alright. Bye, lady. I know it. I know. Do it quick. Good girl. Good girl. I know. Here, here's some goods to wash it down. Alright guys, so I have been doing the same thing I always do when I get bored and don't have a project to work on. I start putting in more fence. So I started putting in more fence, and yeah, it's kind of just a project right now. I put in this big post. So I'm right here. This is the lot that the Borders horses were in behind me. So yeah, there's that, and then this is where the shingles used to be. Well, right here starts the line of the timber, right? So I am going to attempt to fence in. I put in this post here, and basically it's gonna go straight back. So here is the fence to this lot, and then there's gonna be the fence straight back right here. So there's gonna be an alleyway in between. So yeah, right there and right here. So there will be this alleyway in between, but yeah, it's kind of a project. And then it's going that way. So you can see I've run one wire kind of where I want it to go. But there's obviously a lot of fallen trees and a lot of just like crap in the way. So I've had to tactfully weave the fence in where I want it. But I am hoping, I'm gonna try to do 4 wires, and it's not very tall. It's not super tall fence, but I think it's tall enough the horses won't, you know, try and go over it. If I try and do 4 wires, maybe even 5, like I'm almost tempted to do 5, but I might try 4 and see how that works. Of all hot wires, this is what I normally do. I normally do 3 wires and then the top 2 are hot. But for the goats, I'm gonna try 4 hot wires, and I might even need 2 fencers. Like I might put this fence line on a fencer and then this line on a fencer, to make sure, you know, it's getting enough power to all of the wires. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on this, but it's my current project. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. fighting. You put a mouthful there, don't you? Good girl. You got to get your foot though. What? Don't do it. Don't do it. Good girl. Was that the ugly grass? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. All right, guys, I'm letting the goats back out. I've had them penned up ever since I brought Hazel home just because I didn't know how she would react to them or if she would be bothered by them at all. But the weeds are getting tall in here again, as you guys can tell. And like obviously cost me more to feed them hay when they could be eating down all of these weeds. So I'm gonna let them out. She hasn't really paid any attention to them, so I think she'll be okay. The people that I got her from said she was totally fine with like their chickens and their dogs running around and stuff, so hopefully they'll just be like dogs and she'll ignore them. All right, guys, it is the next day and I still don't have my boyfriend's truck, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of what I packed. I pretty much have everything packed except for just a couple little things like my hay, and maybe that's it. Basically, when he gets home, I just need to throw everything in the truck. But I got my cooler of stuff. Come on. Got all my snacks. And then I have the rest of my stuff just sitting out here. Got Luna in the yard. I think I am gonna take Luna. I've decided I'm gonna take both horses and hopefully they can get along, which I'm sure they will. But yeah, since I'm gonna bring Riley too, my dog. So I have her kennel just in case I need to put her in a kennel while I'm like out on my ride or whatever. And then all of her stuff, her food and treats and stuff. My camping tote, this has my tent, sleeping bags, pillows, towels, basically everything that I need in here. My boots. I'm bringing that water tank because this ride is being put on by my friend that I went camping with last time, and she requested that I bring a water tank, so I'm bringing that. And then when my boyfriend gets home, I'm just gonna put that in the trunk or in the bed of the truck and then just stuff my hay in it, and then probably put like the kennel on top of it or something so it doesn't blow out. But other than that, I just need to grab Riley's like water bucket and tie out when we go. And that's like basically it. I'm pretty simple. Not a whole lot. Okay, I aired up my air mattress and it like immediately started to deflate, and there's a little tiny hole right there. But my friend is here hosting this ride and she said she has duct tape, so I'm gonna take her this duct tape first and grab some duct tape from her.